Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Marissa Ray. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. So today I wanted to do a deep conditioning routine, kind of just show you guys how I am doing my deep conditioning right now. I just took my braids out that y'all might have seen in my previous video. Yeah, so if you haven't seen that video, giving y'all a little bit of a life update, where I've been at, then make sure you click the little tags up there so that you can see that video. But other than doing my hair, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight on how I actually found out I was pregnant. And this is how my little bump is looking. Doesn't really look that big or anything, but definitely growing. When I wear certain things, it looks bigger than other times. So yeah, this is it. Little chunky belly, little chunky belly. Okay, so first things first, what I've been using lately for deep conditioner is this Repairing Cocoon Mask from Carol's Daughters. Looks like this. Hope you guys can see that. It's not like focusing. I don't know what's up with my camera. It's like not focusing, kind of irritating. I don't know what's up with it. Okay, so yes, that's what I've been using. I already conditioned and like shampooed my hair, so that's already done. I'm literally just about to put the deep conditioner through my hair. So I like to take my little t-shirt and just put it around my shoulders, of course, to make sure I don't get like conditioner everywhere. My hair is still kind of like damp, and it's okay. Usually I would do this in the shower, but for the sake of this video, obviously I'm not doing it in the shower. I came out here to do it because I wanted to talk about pregnancy and how I found out. I think my hair can be a little bit wetter than this, so I'm just going to wet it at the sink in order to put my products through. Okay, so now my hair is, obviously you can tell, much more drenched with water. So where do I start? First of all, y'all know me and Kimmy had already, and Kimmy is my husband, we had already decided, oh look how sticky it is. We had already decided that we wanted to move our wedding up from September. Our original date was September 17th actually. But we decided, like then we went to September 16th, then May, blah, blah, blah. So we already, like after we got this house, we already decided to move our wedding date up, okay? And I'm saying that for a reason. So how I found out, it was a very snowy day. We had not closed, no, we did. We already closed on our house. And me and him both were at my mom's house during these little snow days. It was 2 snow days, right? So first of all, I have never got a feeling ever in my life where I thought I need to take a pregnancy test. I never ever had that feeling in my life, like ever. But for some reason this time my period it was normal, but it just something wasn't right. So first of all, I'm kind of all over the place. Let me start from the beginning. My periods are usually every like 26 to 28 days, 25 to 28 days. My periods are usually never any less or more than that. Hardly ever. Maybe sometimes 29, but very, very, very rare occasions that happens, right? So we closed on our house, and that weekend I was actually expecting my period to come. When we closed on our house that weekend, I was expecting my period to come. It didn't, but I wasn't tripping because I'm like, okay, it's still like in that kind of window where it's like, she may come in a few days, right? So I wasn't really tripping because I'm like, okay, it's gonna come, you know, plus we was busy. So when that weekend went by, I wasn't really tripping, but when Monday came, I was like, okay, something's like kind of not right. I was all day at work contemplating and like looking stuff up, like, could COVID prevent my period or have my period come late? Could stress make my period come late? I was not stressed. We had a lot of things to do at the time and a lot going on, but I wasn't stressed. I wouldn't consider myself stressed. I was looking up all these things. Would my period, like, would my period be late because of stress? Would it be late because of COVID? You know, and I started getting those symptoms that my period is about to come. Like, you know, my breasts would get really tender. My nipples would hurt. Also that weekend, y'all, I cried over some Chipotle because they got my Chipotle order wrong. So I cried. I was so upset, right? Basically, yeah, I was at work that day and I was researching so many things. I had not told Kimmy yet that my period did not come. Because mind you, it was only technically like a day late. Like, well, not even late. It was just like, it always comes early. So I'm like, okay, we starting to be late here. So that day went by, my period did not come. I'm starting to be like, what is going on with my body? I was like kind of freaking out a little bit. And then those little snow days came and we was there. And like we both like, because we had clothes on the house, but we didn't have a shovel or anything that we wanted to take to the house, and no furniture, no bed, so we didn't sleep at the house or anything. We was just at my mom's house. And so while we were there, like, you know, we woke up that next morning from that night, and this was a snow day, and I went and tapped him on the shoulder. And because I'm just contemplating, something's not right. I kept looking at the calendar like for days. Like, it went at least, sorry, my nose itching. At least 3 days went past. Like, I can't remember explicitly, but at least about 3 days or so past my period date when it probably should have came, which is always early. It was past that, at least 1, 2, or 3 days, something like that. So I'm like, okay, this is very weird. I've never had this experience before. So I went and told him, I woke him up actually, it was a morning. I woke him up and my mom didn't know yet. Because obviously we would have wanted to make sure first before we said anything. So mama didn't know yet. Basically, what I did, I was like, okay, this is adult conversation, right? This is adult conversation. I was like, babe, are you sure that ain't nothing, you know, like get inside, or, you know, are you positive? Like, what happened? He was like, yeah, no, I didn't, you know, nothing got inside of you. Because I don't even remember the specific time or date when this could have happened, when I conceived. I don't know. But yeah, so that was that. And I was just like, are you sure? Because my period is late. Like, just by a few days. It was almost up to like 5 days at this point, or 3, 4 days. Y'all, I can't really remember, but it was late. And he was like, no. But so the day went on. Actually, this was the second snow day. This was the second snow day, because the first snow day, I let it pass, and I'm like, okay, I'm just tripping, it's gonna come. But that next morning, it never came. So that's when I went to him and told him. So it was the second snow day. And I'm like, something ain't right. So he's like, okay. So we just both kind of sitting there thinking, and then he's like, okay, well, I have to go get you, you know, a pregnancy test. We got to be sure, you got to take the test. But it was snowing like crazy outside. I'm like, how you going to go get it? But eventually, like, in the afternoon, he went to go get it. So he went to the store, brought some tests back, a couple of them. And again, my mom was up and around and working from home at the time. We were just there, you know, chilling and all that. And so he brought the test back, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to go take this now. I've never taken the pregnancy test before, so we're kind of like reading the directions and all this stuff. Because again, y'all, I've never been in this situation before where I had to like really take a test and scare myself and all that. First test, okay, went to the restroom. You know, y'all know how to take a test. You pee on the stick, wait for a couple of seconds, for a couple of minutes, and it lets you know if it's positive or not. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to insert pictures of the tests so y'all can see. Literally, as soon as I peed on the stick, the little middle line where the cross was going to be instantly started turning. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I was just so shocked, surprised. I'm like, this can't be. I'm like, no way. So then I still went, and of course, like the directions, the box stayed to still let it sit for like 1 to 2 minutes or whatever, something like that. So we let it sit, then we checked it. We both went in there in the room and checked it, and I'm like, this definitely says positive. So we like, okay, well, we got to take another one just to be sure. All right. So we go in I go back in the bathroom again to take the second test. And after I took the second test, same exact thing happened. I kind of like pulled it away faster though. Like I peed and then pulled it away faster and put the cap on and just set it there so that I couldn't see it turn or nothing, right? But again, after the time went by, the test was positive again. So, and I will insert both tests so y'all can see both of them. So honestly, that's how we found out. I just knew something was off with my body. I was having all of the same symptoms as if I was going to start my period. Just a little bit more emotional than normal. And because I don't really get too emotional when I was on my period or anything, I would just be kind of normal, at least I think. So yeah, a series of emotions went through my mind because number one, like I told y'all, we had already planned on moving our wedding date up anyway. Already was like getting the marriage license, all that stuff. So that wasn't an issue, the wedding stuff. But it was like further kind of like confirmation that like, okay, the plans that we wanted to continue doing for this year, we're not going to be able to continue doing those same things, right? So we had a moment where I'm like, is this like really for real? Like I'm looking at the test, like literally I'm pregnant. Like I'm literally pregnant. And I started crying. He started crying. My mama don't even really fully know this story. So if you're watching, mommy, hello. Now you know the real story. Hold on, let me wet this side. So my emotions were just all over the place. And so then after that, y'all know I had to schedule a doctor's appointment to really confirm. So like I already knew I was like, without taking that test, all those feel like I told y'all, I had never in my life ever had a feeling where I'm like, oh my God, I could be pregnant. I've never had that feeling before. So this time around, especially after I took the test, I was like, yes, I'm definitely pregnant. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I mean? You know, I went to my primary care doctor and I took a urine sample, and like not even 5 minutes later, the girl came back and told us, and she's like, yeah, you definitely pregnant. I'm like, yeah, I know. I know. Thankfully, I had already had a OB. I already have an OB doctor that my first time seeing her was last year, and I really, really like her. You know, as soon as we confirmed it, the doctor, my primary, confirmed it. Then I reached out to them and they scheduled me for an appointment, which, you know, they don't really want to see you until about your 8th week of your pregnancy. So I had to wait like a couple weeks to get to my 8th week, and then I could see her. And yeah, sure enough, we had an ultrasound, which I am going to insert a few clips of the ultrasound. So you guys can see. That was my very first ultrasound. We didn't really tell our parents. Well, first of all, I didn't tell my mom until after my doctor's appointment. Well, I didn't tell nobody till after my doctor's appointment. And people was assuming, like my cousin, she was really assuming. But I kept denying it. I kept making excuses. Because y'all, I would be so tired. And then we had went out of town. And no one knew at that time that I was too. So it was just like, girl. It was just a lot. It was just a whole lot. But I didn't tell my mom until after my doctor's appointment. I wanted to make sure everything was good. And then eventually we told my dad and my stepmom. And then everybody else knows now. And now you guys know. So, yeah, that's the story. I mean, it's nothing really crazy or anything. But in my head, I just had this feeling of like, are you serious? Like, I'm actually pregnant. Like, it was just crazy. Like, I never ever in my life had this experience before. And the timing, it was just like, I know we want to have kids together and everything, but why now? Like, why so soon? You know? I'm like, why so soon? Like, obviously, and I said this before, when you do things happen. So you can't expect to be doing things and things don't happen. You know what I mean? At least eventually things may happen. And so that's what happened. But again, like I told y'all, the plans kind of worked out because I already was, you know, we already planned on moving our wedding date up anyway, which we did. And it worked out. It was quick. It was, you know, it went by fast. And now here we are, just cruising and bumping along, you feel me? But I want to do a whole separate video on my first trimester experience. I will do an entire video on that and just kind of keep y'all updated with that stuff. But this video was just solely to let you guys know and tell you guys the story of how I found out I was pregnant. So that's that. I figured it. I knew it. It was the first time ever in my life where I had the experience where I'm like, yeah, something is not right. I just knew something wasn't right. Something was not right. And how I was feeling, and I just kept looking stuff up on the internet. I'm like, girl, you ain't never did this before. If your period was off, like, I never had this instinct to like look something up. Like, I never had that instinct before. My period has been later than usual before, but I never had an instinct to think like, oh, you might be pregnant. Like, nothing in the back of my head said that. But this time, and I look so oily. But this time, girl, look, it just did. It is what it is, okay? But yeah, y'all, I guess that's the end of this video. That was my little story time of how I found out I was pregnant. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what else you would like to know, what else you would like to see. I guess that's all though, really. And as for my hair, I'm going to sleep like this. Yes, I have to work in the morning, but I'm probably going to do just like 2 little pigtails. It's warm outside right now, like getting kind of warm. So I feel okay going out with my head a little bit damp or something because it's not really that cold or anything. So I feel okay doing that at work and everything tomorrow. So yeah, I'm just gonna sleep like this, maybe put a little few pigtails in it. And actually, for the sake of this video and give me a thumbnail, I'm gonna take this down so y'all can see what my hair looks like all together with the deep conditioner in. And as y'all see, I use a very generous portion of deep conditioner on my hair. I'm not stingy at all when it comes to products. Y'all know this. If y'all see my previous videos and everything, y'all know I'm not stingy when it comes to products. I have to use lots of products, okay? So this is what my hair looking like with the deep conditioner. It looks nice and juicy, right? Yes it does. I hope this video wasn't too long for you guys, but definitely stay tuned. I have more updates coming. Whenever I'm not feeling lazy and eventually wash this out of my head, I will probably film a new wash and go routine because I kind of changed some things. Plus, I haven't had my real hair out in like forever. So, yeah. So this is her, this is she. I look so oily because I have this like, I'm using this new like kind of exfoliant liquid exfoliant, so it makes me look like fresh skin and oily. So that's why I look a little shiny. But yeah, guys, that's all for this video, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is marissa.w. It'll be here on the screen and down below in the description, okay? So with all that being said, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and come back for more because I got more for you. Okay? Bye!